1953, a shadowy chapter in American history began. The Central Intelligence Agency, or CIA, launched a covert operation known as MKUltra. For decades, the details of this program remained hidden from the public eye, shrouded in secrecy and speculation. When the truth finally emerged, it shocked the world and raised troubling questions about the lengths to which governments might go in the name of national security. Today, we'll journey through the origins, experiments, and aftermath of MKUltra, uncovering the chilling reality behind the CIA's mind control ambitions. Early 1950s were a time of intense global tension. The Cold War between the United States and the Soviet Union fueled fears of espionage and psychological warfare. American leaders worried that enemies could brainwash prisoners, turning them into unwilling agents. This climate of suspicion and anxiety set the stage for the CIA to seek new ways to protect national interests. The idea of mind control, once the stuff of science fiction, suddenly seemed like a necessary weapon in a dangerous world. In response to these fears, CIA leaders approved a secret program in 1953. They called it MKUltra. Its mission, to develop techniques for interrogation, memory control, and psychological manipulation. The program's existence was known only to a select few within the agency. Funding was hidden in classified budgets and oversight was minimal. The CIA believed that if they could unlock the secrets of the human mind, they could gain an edge over America's adversary. The center of MKUltra was Sidney Gottlieb, a chemist with a reputation for unconventional thinking. Gottlieb became the program's chief architect, overseeing a vast network of experiments. He believed that drugs, hypnosis, and sensory deprivation could unlock new ways to control or break the human mind. Under his direction, MKUltra expanded rapidly, recruiting scientists and doctors from across the country to participate in its secretive research. One of MKUltra's most infamous experiments involved the use of LSD, a powerful hallucinogenic drug. The CIA hoped that LSD could be used to break down mental defenses or even reprogram a person's thoughts. Agents and unwitting subjects alike were given doses of the drug, often without their knowledge or consent. The results were unpredictable. Some experienced terrifying hallucinations, while others suffered lasting psychological harm. Beyond drugs, MKUltra explored other methods of mind control. Hypnosis was tested as a way to implant suggestions or erase memories. Sensory deprivation, isolating subjects in dark, silent rooms, was used to break down resistance and induce confusion. These experiments pushed the boundaries of ethics, often leaving participants traumatized and confused. The search for control over the mind led researchers into increasingly disturbing territory. Any of those subjected to MKUltra's experiments had no idea what was happening to them. Prisoners, hospital patients, and even everyday citizens were used as test subjects, often without informed consent. Some were told they were receiving treatment or participating in harmless studies. In reality, they were part of a vast, secret experiment that would leave many with deep psychological scars. Consequences of these experiments were severe. Some subjects experienced mental breakdowns, while others suffered from anxiety, paranoia, or depression for years afterward. The trauma inflicted by MKUltra was not just temporary, it often resulted in lifelong damage. Families and communities were left to pick up the pieces, unaware of the true cause behind their loved ones' suffering. 1973, as public scrutiny of intelligence agencies increased, most of the MKUltra files were destroyed on the orders of CIA leadership. This deliberate act was meant to erase the program's paper trail and prevent the full truth from ever coming to light. However, a small number of documents survived, offering a glimpse into the scale and scope of the experiments. Surviving MKUltra documents revealed that the program was far larger than anyone had imagined. Over 150 subprojects were identified, involving hospitals, prisons, and universities across the United States and Canada. These records showed just how deeply MKUltra had penetrated society, enlisting respected institutions in its quest for mind control. Many of MKUltra's experiments took place in hospitals and prisons, where vulnerable populations could be easily accessed. Doctors and administrators were sometimes complicit, while in other cases they were kept in the dark about the true nature of the research. The use of these institutions allowed the CIA to conduct experiments on a large scale, often with little oversight or accountability. Universities also played a significant role in MKUltra. Prestigious institutions received funding for research projects, sometimes without knowing the true source or purpose of the money. Professors and students became unwitting participants in experiments that would later be revealed as part of the CIA's secret program. The academic world's involvement added a layer of legitimacy to the otherwise clandestine operation. The breadth of MKUltra's subprojects was staggering. Research ranged from drug testing to psychological conditioning and even attempts at creating truth serums. Each subproject had its own goals and methods, but all were united by the desire to unlock the secrets of the human mind. The diversity of these efforts demonstrated just how far the CIA was willing to go in pursuit of control. Secrecy was at the heart of MKUltra. The CIA used front organizations and fake names to hide its involvement. Funding was disguised, and researchers were often unaware of who was truly behind their projects. This web of deception made it nearly impossible for outsiders to uncover the truth, allowing the program to operate unchecked for years. 1975, the United States Congress launched an investigation into secret CIA activities. The hearings brought victims, witnesses, and former officials to testify about what had happened under MKUltra. For the first time, the American public heard first-hand accounts of the program's abuses and the suffering it caused. The investigation marked a turning point in the nation's understanding of government secrecy. During the congressional hearings, victims of MKUltra shared their stories. They described confusion, fear, and the lasting impact of the experiments on their lives. Their testimonies painted a vivid picture of the human cost of the program, moving many to demand accountability and justice. The courage of these individuals helped bring the truth to light despite years of silence and denial. As the details of MKUltra became public, the media played a crucial role in informing the nation. Newspapers, television, and radio reported on the shocking revelations, sparking widespread outrage and debate. Journalists dug deeper, uncovering more evidence and pressing officials for answers. The story of MKUltra dominated headlines, ensuring that the program's legacy would not be forgotten. American public reacted with shock and anger to the revelations about MKUltra. Many could not believe that their own government had sanctioned such unethical experiments. Protests and calls for reform swept the country as citizens demanded greater transparency and oversight of intelligence agencies. The scandal forced a national reckoning with the limits of government power. One of the most tragic stories to emerge from MKUltra was that of Frank Olson. Olson, a scientist working for the government, was secretly dosed with LSD by his colleagues. The experience led to a mental breakdown, and Olson died under mysterious circumstances soon after. His death became a symbol of the dangers and secrecy surrounding the program, raising questions that remain unanswered to this day. Frank Olson's case captured the public's imagination and became a rallying point for critics of MKUltra. His family fought for decades to uncover the truth about his death, facing resistance from government agencies at every turn. Olson's story highlighted the human cost of secrecy and the need for accountability in intelligence operations. Exposure of MKUltra left a deep scar on the American psyche. Many people lost trust in their government, fearing that other secret programs might exist. The scandal fueled conspiracy theories and skepticism about official explanations. Even today, MKUltra is cited as evidence of the dangers of unchecked power and the importance of transparency. MKUltra is now recognized as a major violation of human rights. The program's disregard for consent and well-being set a dangerous precedent. It showed how easily ethical boundaries can be crossed in the pursuit of security. The lessons of MKUltra continue to shape debates about government power and individual rights. Justification for MKUltra was always national security, but the program's methods raised profound ethical questions. How far should a government go to protect its citizens? Where is the line between defense and abuse? These questions remain relevant today as new technologies and threats challenge our understanding of privacy and freedom. Under mounting pressure, the CIA officially ended MKUltra. The program was shut down and new rules were put in place to prevent similar abuses. However, the damage had already been done. Many victims never received justice or compensation, and the full extent of the program's activities may never be known. Despite investigations and public scrutiny, many questions about MKUltra remain unanswered. What other experiments were conducted? How many people were affected? The destruction of records means that some secrets may never be revealed. The mystery surrounding MKUltra continues to fascinate and disturb those who seek the truth. MKUltra's legacy is one of secrecy and suspicion. The program showed how government agencies can operate in the shadows, shielded from oversight. It also revealed the dangers of unchecked authority and the need for transparency in a democratic society. The lessons of MKUltra continue to resonate in debates about surveillance and privacy. The exposure of MKUltra forced intelligence agencies to reevaluate their practices. New oversight mechanisms were introduced and ethical guidelines were strengthened. However, the scandal also made agencies more cautious about revealing their activities, leading to ongoing tensions between secrecy and accountability. MKUltra's story has inspired countless books, movies, and television shows. Its themes of mind control, government secrecy, and conspiracy have become staples of popular culture. The program's legacy lives on in the public imagination, fueling stories that blur the line between fact and fiction. Secrecy surrounding MKUltra has made it a favorite subject for conspiracy theories. Some believe that similar programs still exist, hidden from public view. Others claim that the government continues to experiment with mind control techniques. While many of these theories are unproven, they reflect the deep mistrust that MKUltra helped create. MKUltra taught the world hard lessons about the dangers of unchecked power. It showed that even well-intentioned efforts can lead to abuse if not properly monitored. The program's legacy is a reminder of the need for vigilance, transparency, and respect for human rights in all government actions. In the wake of MKUltra, new ethical standards were established for research involving human subjects. Institutional review boards now oversee experiments to ensure that participants are protected. These safeguards are designed to prevent the kind of abuses that occurred under MKUltra, but ongoing vigilance is still required. Today, fears about mind control have shifted to new technologies. Advances in neuroscience, artificial intelligence, and surveillance raise fresh concerns about privacy and autonomy. While the methods have changed, the questions first raised by MKUltra remain as relevant as ever. The exposure of MKUltra would not have been possible without whistleblowers and investigative journalists. Their courage in speaking out and uncovering hidden truths played a vital role in holding the government accountable. Their actions remind us of the importance of a free press and the need to protect those who expose wrongdoing. Despite reforms, secrecy remains a challenge in intelligence work. Some information about MKUltra and similar programs is still classified. This ongoing secrecy fuels suspicion and makes it difficult to fully understand the past. The struggle between transparency and national security continues to shape public debate. Many victims and their families have called for justice and compensation. Lawsuits have been filed and some settlements reached, but many feel that true accountability has never been achieved. The quest for justice remains a powerful force, driving ongoing efforts to uncover the full truth about MKUltra. MKUltra's influence was not limited to the United States. Similar programs were reported in other countries, and the revelations sparked global debates about ethics in intelligence work. The scandal highlighted the need for international standards to protect human rights and prevent abuses. Modern psychological research is governed by strict ethical guidelines. Informed consent, transparency, and participant welfare are now central to all studies. The abuses of MKUltra serve as a cautionary tale, reminding researchers of their responsibility to protect those who take part in their work. The story of MKUltra continues to resonate in art, literature, and film. Its themes of secrecy, control, and resistance inspire creators to explore the boundaries of power and freedom. Through these cultural reflections, the lessons of MKUltra are kept alive for new generations. The eventual exposure of MKUltra demonstrated the power of truth to challenge authority. Even the most secretive programs can be brought to light through persistence and courage. The story reminds us that transparency and accountability are essential to a healthy democracy. Despite all that has been revealed, much about MKUltra remains unknown. The destruction of records and ongoing secrecy mean that some stories may never be told. The biggest mystery isn't what was uncovered, but what might still be hidden in the shadows of history. It's important to remember the individuals who suffered as a result of MKUltra. Their stories are a sobering reminder of the real human cost of secret government programs. Honoring their experiences helps ensure that such abuses are never repeated. The legacy of MKUltra underscores the need for constant vigilance. Safeguards must be maintained to protect individual rights and prevent abuses of power. By learning from the past, society can work to ensure that history does not repeat itself. Transparency is a cornerstone of democracy. The story of MKUltra shows what can happen when secrecy goes unchecked. Open government, free press, and public oversight are essential to preventing future abuses and maintaining public trust. MKUltra remains a topic of discussion and debate. Its lessons are relevant not just to historians but to anyone concerned with ethics, government power, and human rights. By continuing to talk about MKUltra, we keep its lessons alive and help guard against similar abuses in the future. Story of MKUltra is a stark warning about the dangers of unchecked power and secrecy. It reminds us that the pursuit of security must never come at the expense of human rights and dignity. As we look to the future, the lessons of MKUltra urge us to remain vigilant, demand transparency, and always protect the most vulnerable among us.